What's crafting, guys, and welcome back to episode 6 of my series. Last time we built this beautiful steak silo. Yes, you heard it right, that is a steak silo. And this time I want to be tackling villagers trading and the docks. So let's show you the area that I'm going to have to prep and we'll go from there. So the thought to deal with this is to clear this whole area out and build a market square. Because with the deliveries coming from there and any ship deliveries, we can have a little market that sells everything. I also want to use this area and possibly put a map, because we got a map last time, and I want to show you the area once I've flattened it and done what I need to. It's time for redstone! So this redstone contraption is to help protect our villagers during the night when they are supposed to be asleep. Now villagers and zombies don't mix well, so I've created a system where we can have the villagers in little stalls outside and zombies can't reach them at night time. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting on solid blocks trapdoors that face inwards. Now solid blocks will work with redstone signals, so what I want to do is put redstone behind the solid blocks, just like so, and connect these together so that all three will work at the same time. If I dig down, I can put more redstone underground, which will be able to lead onto another system which will work to help protect them at night time. This system is one of my own making. It was pretty easy to make, but it works quite well and I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. Now connecting up the back so that I can have more shutters at the back with 2 more shutters. Fill in the sides, and as soon as I've done there, I'll just fill in these so I can have a little display area. And the central one, you've got to make sure you use a set of stairs upside down so that the redstone can pick up on itself. So once I've done that, that is the basic layout of the first part of the system. So it's underground and it's ready to go. So let's go on the other side and dig down until we see the other part of the redstone. So as soon as I see the redstone, I can connect up. So just dig through here. I have to do this, and there it is. So now it's time to connect over. So once I've connected it over, just dig a little bit more so that I can find the perfect position, because I'll use the same system for 2 stalls, and you can do this with multiple stalls as long as the mechanism is in the central location. I'm just doing this on 2 stalls for now. What you want to do is put a redstone torch and connect this up. I believe I've put this in the wrong place, so I will be going back and just getting rid of it because it needs to be slightly lower. So let's dig that out and put that one there. And then as soon as you put a block just above it, so it needs to be at least 1 block above, so put them there, put that there, and then place a downwards facing piston, and then place a daylight sensor on top of it. When the daylight sensor turns on and off, it will push the piston down and activate the redstone system, and as you can see, it activates the shutters. So after that prep and a little bit of the montage to show you how I build things, here we are. What I've got is the map now, and this shows all the area that we built. We've got the wood stripper there, we've got the main barn there, and all the little bits and pieces. I'll take you around here. This is going to be one of the stalls. This is the stall that I've already made, and as you can see just in there are some of the plushes, and I'm going to take you and show you how we made one. I'll take you around here. This is going to be a food stall, selling just all the produce that we make from the farms. This is the little fish stall, which is pretty simple to make. You put ice underneath fires, put out the fires, and place fish on top. Here is a little cooking area. We're using one of the looms. I thought that looked quite like a little grill, so I put a fire underneath it. I've got the crafting bench. It's always helpful to have little hidden crafting benches everywhere, and we use the trapdoor, the copper trapdoor on top, as I thought that looked like a grill as well. Now here's a little trick I learned. If you put signs and carpets on top, it almost looks like a table, and I think I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. And as you can see, I have created these. These involve wood and copper, and these make little cages. And what I've done is I've cut all the animals that I've caught with nets, I've put inside the cages. I've got butterflies, butterflies, hamsters, more butterflies, and a caterpillar. But what I want to do is go around and catch them all. So let me show you how I've built these. So if I click on the crafting bench, cages are built with 5 iron and 3 wood planks, which makes a nice sized cage. And plushes are made with colour dye and different tufts of fur, which you can get from the moose or mice or whatever you want to call them, meese. We've got to research the plural of that, but that's how we make one of these. What I do want to show you is how these work with gravity. So let's place that there, and we'll put this on top. Let me get my axe. And no, I'm not going to destroy the plushie by doing this. As soon as you do this, it drops, which is quite helpful to know, because I was thinking about building it with some signs, possibly having a chain. But what I can do is put a glass pane underneath, put that on top and have a chain hanging on, and that could be a good way to show signs. Such as the fish shop could have a shark plushie as their logo, which is a rather good idea. But yeah, so that's worked out very nicely. This stall runs off the system that I've shown you. So when it goes dark, everything goes up. When it's light, everything goes down. Ready for the day. Unfortunately, this one here is connected to it all, and I don't know why, but hey ho, it is what it is. Let's see what Mr. Trader's got. Got blue dyes a bit. Oh, I could do with that. Let's have one of them. Score! So that will sort me out for later. That'll give us some extra redwood. I think that's nearly all the tree types done now. But yeah, it just needs some lanterns just to light up the area a little bit. But I also want to show you how I'm going to get on with getting these villagers in place. And I also want to fill up these stalls and make it look like a bit more of a bustling market. And as we all know, markets are quite tightly packed, so I've done it like that, but I didn't want to add any around this tree because I think that would be a very nice focal point, and then that leaves this area a little bit more free. Also, if you had noticed, I finally knocked down this house. I was going to add another house, but I chose not to because it took a lot of it just sort of felt more crammed in. So what I did is I built this tree. It is based around a tree which I'm going to show you right now. And what that has done is I've split a tree in half, so like another branch has come off, and created that and that. And as I think, if a carriage comes underneath it, it is coming just over the top of it. which I'm very happy and very proud of how it's turned out. So yeah, we're going to have to go out on another adventure, see what other animals we can find. Let's drop a plushie. I'll drop a plushie. I don't know, shall we drop him up there? See if anybody notices. There you go. I think that makes quite a nice little sign, to be honest. But yeah, I want to take this and convert it into like a market house. I want to come around here and do a sort of boardwalk just behind. I don't want to add any ships or anything here, because if you look right up, there is the airship, and I think anything down here will interrupt it. So a nice boardwalk around here. Come around here. What I want to do is create this area into the dock area where ships come and dock and bring their produce over. I think that'd be quite nice. And this is another area which I wanted to tackle. In real life I've found some very nice places, and especially the other day I went to a lovely place called Matlock in the UK, or if you're ever in the UK, go and have a visit. And what I want to do to this area is create a sort of rocky beach area with trees hanging over the top of it, bushes in the water, and try and make that look extra nice, because I want this more as like a little fishing area that I come and just fish and get the stuff that I want when I want. So yeah, it's getting there slowly. It's very nice. It's lovely to travel through by foot. I will breed my moose, meese, whatever you want to call them, up a little bit more, and I have bred some more snails for their shells for the future builds that I'll probably build around this episode or the next few episodes to come. And as you can also hear, the meat farm is growing, so let's just turn this off because I want to avoid lag. And we'll go get some sleep. And I'll bring you back after I've done another time lapse. So let's take a walk down our small boardwalk. As you can see, I've put a few cages, random little bits and pieces. I've raised up just a tiny bit with the spruce wood planks and chained it between it for safety. I've lit it up a tiny bit, and as you walk down, I think it looks quite nice. I've added bits and pieces here and there. I've hidden this daylight sensor in a sort of cargo-y area, and as you can see inside of the stalls, which is quite helpful, and I've got a guy in there waiting. Now that's done, it's time to prep the area for the crane and the boats. welcome back. I have been experimenting a little bit with this platform. Now I wanted to, and I don't know if you can see it, right here. It all looks quite smooth until you come up very close, and it's only a tiny little tweak. It is quite subtle, but the bottom layer is tough and the top layer is stone. It gives the sort of effect of water just resting against the stone and giving it that sort of moist feel. So I'll quickly show you what it looked like normally above water. So put down that'd be underwater and that'd be there, and it does look like quite a harsh line, but as soon as you add a water layer to it, let's just show you in the water. So bang one there, bang one there, it blends in quite well, and I think that sort of gives it the depth that the wall needs and the difference, rather than having the same repetitive colour all the way down. I do need to probably build up the bottom and bring it up a little bit, but from the back end, well, from the water side, sorry, this is how the platform looks. I've used some cauldrons and some up facing stairs, and I think that gives it quite a nice little curve. These little outer parts will give it the sort of not approaching the juts that I need to be next to a seat. It'll also be next to a boat, sorry, not a seat. I'll take you up here and we'll have a quick look. There's not a lot at the moment. I want to probably try to squeeze in maybe a small crane here, which we'll go through in a minute. Over here is quite an interesting part. I wanted to build this. Now I've built it so that the trapdoors come out, and what we could do is put lots of fish in here and do it as a sort of catch, live fish catch sort of thing for the market, which I've deliberately left these bits out because I want to put a crane right here, which is the one that we're going to build, and over here will be where the boat is. As soon as the boat comes, it'll moor up here, it'll stop here, and then you'll be able to come on and go off this side, and over here is where the crane will be, and it will transport things over to here. We'll crack on with an idea for the crane. So we'll come over here, we want it around here. Because it's an awkward size, it's not odd size. Odd sizes are usually the best ones to go by, but because it's that, I'm going to go that. I think we want to do it this big so it doesn't quite jut out too much onto the lane where the boat's going to be. Take all these out, and yes, I know I'm using a pickaxe. Unfortunately, whilst I was chopping down trees, my axe broke, so I'm going to have to go and make a new one and enchant it, so it means a trip down to the spider farm to get some more levels. As you can see while I'm doing this, oops, I have I'll keep on doing it. I've deliberately left it with water underneath. Let's just fill these in, so that mobs can't spawn underneath, and that is the worst thing ever to do. Like, it's not the most aesthetically but pleasing, but you'll hear the water underneath, and I don't really want to stumble across some creepers and get blown up. And the crane is done. As soon as you go up here, look at that. It's quite big. I've made it 4 wide to give it a larger platform to pick up stuff off the ships. It's quite a chunky boy with a bit of a weight on one side. I've used hamster wheels as the cogs, which has worked quite well, with some acacia trapdoors, which has worked very well. Gives it a sort of geary look, which will tie into the steampunky look. I do want to build a ship next time round here, and oops, I've fallen down already. But yeah, a ship round here with some sort of steampunky, maybe paddle boat or something like that. Let's just get round and have a look from the outside. But yeah, that's the outside of it as well. I think it works very well. Come around here, And I did finish off the net. I think it looks pretty cool. It's my own design and it works pretty well for what it needs to. The area I've just walked through is I've got to use it as the cargo area. Maybe put a few nets dotted about, a few cages for sea creatures or animals and stuff that have been transported. We'll come over here, let's have a quick gander, see what it looks like. And there you go, there's the net just hanging off, and I think that looks pretty cool as well. So yeah, this area with all the cargo is working pretty well for what it needs to, and it brings the overall look of the village together. So this episode we've built this lovely little marketplace. I do have a guide trap there ready for next to put away somewhere. We built this marketplace, we built the crane, and we built the docks. Now we didn't look a lot at redstone this time, as I did a lot of redstone last time, but I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out, and it's going to work pretty well for what I need to. Go get a few more bits and pieces on here. Oh, and there's a trader in the fishery, so we're going to have to try and get that guy out in a special way. So folks, this area is coming out very nicely. I think within the next few episodes we're going to explore a little bit more and most likely build the coal town. Well, I say coal town, we want the ore town really. I have passed somewhere in a past episode and it looks quite a lot like a quarry, so it means we can actually look into vehicles, cranes and more bits and pieces, which I think is going to look pretty cool. But we need to finish this place off by doing the few houses. Oh, and there we are, a few houses round the area, build the ship, and maybe build a little docking area, little fish area around in the background. So until next time folks, don't forget to like, subscribe and carry on watching, and I hope you're all enjoying your crafting, because let's stay crafty.